Hello and welcome. You're watching Newsbreak. I am Vedant Agarwal. A big focus on the show tonight. Well, the Amit Shah fake video case that has now snowballed into a big political controversy with both the BJP and the Congress training guns at each other. Several arrests have been made across states from Gujarat, Maharashtra, Assam to, of course, Telangana, where the Chief Minister has been served a summons too, though he has sought more time. Several other Congress leaders have also been arrested in Telangana. Now, remember, the Congress has said, it has denied sharing the video, and meanwhile the Telangana Chief Minister has said that, well, this is nothing but the BJP using the police as a political tool to threaten the opposition, though the BJP says that it's the Congress which is responsible for sharing the doctored video, and the Prime Minister in fact has gone on to say that the Congress has opened a market of fake videos. Let's quickly take a look also at the timeline of how the events have unfolded in this entire fake video controversy. Of course, it was on the 26th of April that several handles shared this particular video. Several handles reportedly linked to the Congress as well. That post was deleted. The Delhi police later filed cases against various Congress leaders, and just a day later, the Delhi police actually landed up in Telangana, doorstepping Congress netas there and serving a summons to the Chief Minister there as well. Though the Chief Minister's office has categorically denied sharing the video, saying that no official handle actually shared this particular video. Several arrests have been made from Assam, Telangana, Gujarat, of course. The Mumbai police have also filed an FIR against unknown social media handles. Workers linked to the Aam Aadmi Party Congress have also been arrested from Gujarat. So it's been a multi-state probe, and today the dramatic development has been that 6 Congress leaders have been arrested. What is going to be the political fallout? Now, let's focus on that. On Newsbreak tonight, we look at the BJP versus Congress face-off escalating in poll season. Joining me on the panel tonight, I'm being joined by Dr. Vikram Singh, former DGP of Uttar Pradesh. Also with me, Supriya Srinath, national spokesperson of the Congress. Charu Pragya of the BJP is also with us. Going across to you first, Ms. Srinath. Would you concede that, while of course the Chief Minister has categorically denied sharing the video and said that this is a political witch hunt perhaps, but would you concede that, social media handles linked to political parties perhaps need to be more responsible in what is being shared?
I would first like to say one thing on this entire controversy. It's the kettle calling the pot black. You ask 10 people in a room, which is the world's biggest fake news factory? 9 out of those 10 people will tell you the BJP. You ask who doctors videos, 10 out of 10 people will say the BJP. You ask those 10 people who cuts, snips, snaps, bites here and there, quotes it out of context, the entire BJP IT cell, the BJP. That's the response you're going to get. And as far as fake news, weaponizing fake news, encouraging propaganda is concerned, you have no less than India's Prime Minister lying through his teeth as far as our manifesto is concerned. He has been fact-checked by media houses. He has been fact-checked by independent fact-checkers. He has been fact-checked by very seasoned opinion makers, by very seasoned editors, anchors, and yet he goes on and on about our manifesto. So the reality of life is, and I want to reiterate this point here, that the Prime Minister, who has reached where he has on the back of propaganda, weaponizing fake news, spreading misinformation about my party, my leadership, particularly my leader, is today talking about fake news. It's very, very amusing. I want to say one thing here, and that one thing has to be said very categorically. There was a video that was going viral. Some people may have posted it. The moment they found that video was fake, that video was removed. But on the contrary, the BJP puts up fake videos. The BJP quotes misinformation. The BJP quotes things out of context, and they have done this consistently for 12 to 14 years. The problem is, and I'll tell you in a nutshell, in 3 words, the problem is that the taste of your own medicine is very, very bitter. And that's what the BJP is waking up to realize.
Let me take this to Charu Pragya.
Fake news factory of the world. They cannot be taking the moral high ground.
Let me take this to Charu Pragya. Your response, Charu Pragya, also, because it's about fake news and misinformation, and since reservation and the issue of quota is really at the heart of it, at the heart of the poll discourse, I have to ask you, if you're hitting out at the Congress for spreading fake videos, don't you think that when your top leaders talk about the Congress taking away SC, OBC reservation and giving it to the Muslims, is that not fake news? Because, fake news, whether it's in the form of a video or misinformation, has to be perhaps treated by the same yardstick. Ms. Pragya, you unmute yourself, please. Yeah.
My apologies. Good evening, Vedant, and very good evening to all our viewers as well. Here is a Congress which is deliberately playing with fire, trying to put so many lives at risk by inciting violence, by putting out videos like that, morph videos. But let me tell you, this is not the first time the Congress has done anything like that. We'll talk specifically about fake videos. But in any case, putting out a video which is going to incite violence, which is going to charge up people with religious fervor sentiments, has been a habit of the Congress. If you remember, there was a post during the UP elections where there was this entire incident of the beard of a Muslim man being cut. Later, it turned out to be something else. Congress and Rahul Gandhi, leading from the front, pretended that it was a religious angle. Most recently, during the 5-state elections from Madhya Pradesh, another deepfake video emerged, leaked out by the Congress, where there was this clip of KBC, Kaun Banega Crorepati, with the name of Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji. That was a deepfake video. Now here is another one which is on a very, very sensitive issue. Issue so sensitive that if we list out all the IPC sections, if we list out all the sections on the Information Technology Act, we are going to see people put behind bars for years altogether. That is the seriousness of the crime that Congress is repeatedly trying to commit. Repeatedly.
Ms. Pragya, let me ask you a follow-up question. I don't like to interrupt, but let me quickly ask you a follow-up question.
Let me finish.
You talk about inciting violence and sort of polarizing an issue. Don't you think your top leaders, when they talk about such an issue, perhaps not basing an argument on any fact, don't you think you are doing the same thing?
No, the thing is here, Vedant, there is a difference between an action and a reaction. If the Chief Minister of Telangana is going to compare the DNA of the North Indians to the South Indians, that's the action. We are only reacting on that. If in the state of Karnataka, there is actual legislature being passed, which is trying to change the sentiments of community, which is trying to re-engineer society, of course we are going to react. So here is a political party which is thriving on appeasement. They are going to be reduced to 20 seats in the times to come. Now, I was trying to say here I am speaking with specific examples, whether it was the example of the beard case from Uttar Pradesh, the example from Madhya Pradesh, or the most current example from Telangana. There is action which needs to be taken for issues like this. Lastly, when the Congress party spokesperson says the said video has been deleted, it is like her saying she deleted her tweet about Kangana Ranaut. What's the point after lakhs and lakhs?
I'll come back to Ms. Srinath on that, but I need to give everybody equal time. And going across to you, Professor Vikram Singh, as somebody who has been in bureaucracy, as somebody who has, been involved with elections, election security so closely, how grave a threat does misinformation and fake videos actually pose in election season? Because, you have world surveys talking about how fake news is more grave a threat than even armed conflict.
You're very right, Vedantji. Good evening. I would say that it added a new dimension, the information technology, a blessing on one side, but what used to be absolutely on the print media earlier and by word of mouth propaganda now has assumed epidemic proportions with the internet and the fake news, the deep fake news and blatant lies. Now to counter that is a big problem, but the problem, the enormity is such, you can instigate rumors, you can instigate riots, you can instigate a face-off. And opinion building is one thing, and to spread rumor and blatant lies is entirely another. I would strongly recommend to the law enforcement agencies and to the police that yes, you need real-time cyber patrolling by effective artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithm tools, so that any such fake news is detected in good time, because most of the fake news are artificial intelligence driven, and therefore the checks and the balances will also have to be technology driven, and that too by AI and also by machine learning algorithms. But the case have been registered, allegations and counter allegations will not suffice. The
Okay.
investigating agency have to do it in a fast-forward mode and ensure that the culprits are behind bars so that the problem is not nipped in the bud but crushed in the bud.
Right, absolutely, I agree with you. There needs to be nip in the bud. But Ms. Srinath, you wanted to respond to what Charu Pragya earlier said. So your response to that, and also, do you think that this also undermines, in a sense, the Congress, which has been, of course, targeting the BJP over misinformation? You have been cornering the Prime Minister, the Home Minister over misinformation. Does this undermine that argument, the fact that many of your workers posted a fake video?
So first of all, I would want to clarify a few things here.
Yeah.
You know, when Twitter got its misinformation badging in India, who was the first person who had to be tagged for spreading misinformation? The IT cell head of the BJP. No less than the IT cell head of the BJP, no less than spokespersons of the BJP who represent the BJP's views on camera, whether it was Amit Malviya or Sambit Patra. I want to tell you, they were talking about some, societal pressures. Mr. Rahul Gandhi said in Wayanad, some people had vandalized his office, and he said, I forgive those children. Their IT cell connected that statement with the murder, with the brutal murder of Kanhaiya Lal in Udaipur, made it one video and spread it. And who spread it? Giriraj Singh and Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, their sitting ministers were doing this.
Right.
They were bashed for spreading fake news. They should have been sent to jail and they should have rotted there. That's one point I want to make. In fact, the BJP IT cell, which is actually the fake news factory of the world, has produced one after another video. The BJP IT cell head has put pictures of Mr. Nehru with his sister and with his niece, insinuating him with a bad character.
Right.
The BJP IT cell head and several spokespersons of the BJP have attributed Alu Sona to Rahul Gandhi, which was a statement made by Narendra Modi in Rajkot, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi was quoting that. They slipped, snapped, cut that bite and put it out. They spoke lies about the Yatra when the Bharat Jodo Yatra was on. They are so foolish that they get caught each time. The reality is, I don't want to take pot shots at them.
Right.
The world knows who spreads fake news. I just want to simply ask a question. The Prime Minister knows that 48 pages of our manifesto, which has 15,329 words, does not allude to one thing that he is saying.
Yes,
He has been
that's a fair
fact-checked
question.
by his own colleagues. Why is the Prime Minister of this country lying? If
That's
Desh
a
ka
fair
Pradhan
question.
Mantri
I'm afraid I'm
nirlajjata
running
se
out of
jhoot kyun
time,
bol
but
raha hai?
Charu Pragya, your response to what Supriya Srinath said. Your
झूठ
response
क्यों
quickly.
बोलता है? इस देश का प्रधानमंत्री झूठा
Okay,
क्यों है?
Charu Pragya,
ऐसे
go ahead.
सवाल है।
Supriya does have the habit of taking off on a tirade on issues which she should talk about when important, but she herself has been caught with her hand in the cookie jar many a times. Let's understand that there are sections when you can trace
I
back.
don't remember your name. Don't talk.
Ms. Srinath, let Ms. Pragya have her say. We don't talk over each other in NDTV. Charu Pragya, go ahead.
When you yourself back handles like Zubair, which peddle out fake news and then feel comfortable deleting it after millions of people have spread that fake news, including your own handles, when you are the chief promoter of that level of fake news, you need to do some
9 people in a room, 10 people.
Need to do some soul searching because
9.9% of
Pragya,
people
please.
say you are the biggest fake
All
news
right, I'm afraid I'll have to leave it there.
You
If
dish
you're going
out
to talk
fake
over
news
each other,
every
we'll
single
not
hour.
hear anybody. But thanks very much, all of you, for joining us.